Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fueled by Coffee and Grace. I am your host, Laura Jane, and today I wanted to talk to you about struggling. We all struggle a lot sometimes, some days more than others. But today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about struggling because, well, I've been struggling. I've been struggling with just the simple things, keeping my house in order. That's a big one, keeping my house in order, my weight, work, just trying to figure things out. I'm kind of a cyclical person, and I go through these cycles. I'll be great, and then things will just kind of begin to stretch a little more, stretch until I am at my breaking point. And I need to do something or else I feel like I'm going to implode. And one of the things that I've been really struggling with is just trying to figure out my purpose. What is my purpose? What did God put me on this earth to actually do? And so I've been trying to go through a lot of self-reflection, trying to figure out where I'm supposed to be, what I'm supposed to do. I've been trying all these different methods, and I'm still working on the best system to help me reach my goals, figure out my day, figure out where I'm supposed to be going, what I'm supposed to be doing. And one of the things I'm trying to develop right now is a really good journal, to help me do that, because there are a bazillion different journals out there, productive journals, planners, health trackers, and all this stuff. And I spend more time trying to figure out my week and what I accomplished and what I didn't accomplish than actually what I should have been focused on doing. So I'm trying to figure out my own system on how to do things. And the one thing that I do know is that I don't do well with long-term anything. I really don't. I want to lose 25 pounds. That's easily a 6 to 9 month goal. I can barely get through the next 24 hours half the time. So how am I supposed to do this? I thought maybe taking a pill. A pill will fix it. Years ago, I was a smoker and I wanted to quit. I'd smoke for a couple of years and I'd quit for a year, and then I'd smoke for a year, I'd quit for 2 years. I was on and off. And one of the reasons why I think I kept going back to it is because I never fully mastered giving it up. I greatly enjoyed smoking. I loved everything about it. I loved the fact that it was an excuse to walk away from my desk for 10 or 15 minutes. It bonded me with my husband at the time. We were going through a lot of marital problems, and he smoked and I didn't. So I started smoking so we could sit and do things together and work through our problems. And for a while it worked. Unfortunately, it wasn't a long-term solution because, well, we're not married anymore. But I think one of the reasons, what ended up getting me to completely quit smoking, I kid you not, is I was in an extremely stressful job at the time, and I felt like I was losing my mind, and my doctor put me on an antidepressant, Wellbutrin. And within 4 days, I completely stopped smoking, and I haven't picked it up since. And that was, 7 or 8 years ago. And so there's a part of me that thinks, if I take a pill, it'll all be better. If I want to lose weight, I just take a pill. Well, guess what? That does not work, because I've tried a bunch of those pills too. So I now realize, and probably very late in the game, that I need to actually change my entire lifestyle, my life habits. I have to change all of that stuff. And I see these things online, do this, do that. There's Nom, you got to pay $20 a month to have Nom, to have the Nom app. And all it is a food tracker. You write down what you eat. And then it gives you daily encouragement. You can do it. Which, for some people, that works. I'm not knocking it. For some people, maybe that's all they need. There's other people that need to pay the money to have the meals delivered to them because they're controlled meals. I tried that too. And it worked. But it was also costing me $400 a month. I don't spend that much money on groceries. I just don't. So, but that works for some people. A lot of these different methods do work. They just haven't worked for me. The only time I actually really lost any weight was when I went on a modified South Beach diet. Literally 20 years ago. Low carb. So I guess that'd be like the keto diet now. But it was hard. It was really hard. I did lose a lot of weight doing it. I kept the weight off for a good year and a half. And then I put it all back on. And then some. And I've been trying to lose it ever since. I've tried going back to a low-carb keto Atkins type thing, but my metabolism is totally different now than what it was back then. So I got to figure it out myself. And so I'm kind of on this journey. And one of the things I decided to do was, since all of these different planners, and I have bought, oh, good grief. I mean, you can see some, I have some off my desk, and I have some over. I have a little bit of everything everywhere. And none of them have worked. So I think I ended up buying some stencils and just a blank journal. I'm going to try to create something that works for me. And when it does, and I will share my results, then maybe I'll let you guys in on what I did. But right now, I'm still just struggling. I mean, The one good thing about struggles is that it motivates us to, find a solution, because struggling puts us in an uncomfortable place. We feel uncomfortable being in these spaces, and we want to get out of it. We don't want to be uncomfortable. So when we can find those solutions to overcome those struggles, it makes us feel like we've accomplished something. It makes us feel good about ourselves. And so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to take things one day at a time, though. I cannot commit to, 30 days, do this. Yeah, I'm good for about 3. I made the commitment to move 30 minutes a day, and for 2 weeks, I did it. For 2 solid weeks, I did it. And then I didn't. I'm finding that my excuse is because I don't have anybody to do these things with. I'm alone. And sometimes I feel that puts me at a real disadvantage in a lot of different areas of my life because I am alone. But I also don't want to compromise either. I've compromised in the past over and over and over again. I mean, I have 2 failed marriages, several failed relationships because I didn't hold out for what was right for me. I just didn't want to be alone. I didn't want to be alone. So I compromised myself. And all that did was bring me disappointment and heartache. And now I'm not compromising anything. And so I'm kind of in this struggle by myself. At least on the surface, it looks like I'm in this alone, but I know I'm not. I know God is with me. He's always with me. He's always encouraging me. I mean, the one nice thing about my relationship with God is I can do the ugly cry and I can word vomit. And I'm not judged for it. I don't have somebody looking at me going, oh my gosh, not again. Well, maybe he does roll his eyes a little bit, but for the most part, I know he understands. And I know when I pour my heart out to God, he hears me. And there are times when I can feel his presence, his Holy Spirit come on me, and I get this peace that I can't explain. But I know it's all going to be okay. It's all going to be okay. And one of the reasons why I'm even doing this podcast is because I know that there's people out there just like me who are struggling to find their way, who are struggling to find their purpose, who are struggling with all the little nuances of life. And it gives them, it brings them sadness. It can make them feel defeated. It can make them feel forgotten and rejected. And I want to be that encouraging voice. I'm trying to develop something right now to where we can have a community, where we can edify each other, where we can encourage each other, where we can be there for each other, even if we can't physically be in each other's lives, where there's no judgment, where somebody isn't going to tell you that you're a failure because you keep trying to lose weight, but yet you still buy those Swiss cakes because they're the greatest thing ever on the planet. I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress. So today I just thought I would talk to you a little bit about that and to give you encouragement to not give up. Keep searching until you find the thing that works for you. I am. Keep searching for that. If you feel you need to set goals for yourself, then set something that's really easy to attain. Because the one thing I know is that for me personally, I have to take those baby steps. I have to build my confidence on baby steps, even if they're stupid baby steps. Even if it's just for that moment, I don't reach for the Swiss cake. I reach for an apple. Even if it's just that moment. So we need those little moments, and we need to build on those little moments so we can then begin to accomplish bigger things. Because, just walk outside your front door, look in any direction you want to go, and you have to take that first step. And that first step equals another step and another step and another step, and eventually you're traveling miles. Or take a penny. Start gathering your pennies. You keep saving your pennies, and eventually you'll have $1,000. You'll have 10,000 pennies, I think. What is it? 10,000 pennies? $100,000 pen? I don't know how many pennies. I'm sorry. I have not had enough coffee this morning. But just keep at it. One step at a time, one penny at a time, and you will reach those goals. So until next time, remember, Fueled by Coffee and Grace isn't just the name of my podcast. It is a way of life, and together we will go on this journey. Until next time.